What is up, everyone? So last video you saw, we took apart the Supra. The drivetrain is no longer inside the car. It is sitting here on the crane. So today, before we could even start thinking about rebuilding, we still have to do some dismantling, and we got some things to still figure out, right, Ant?
A lot of things.
So we have the Mystery 2JZ is what I'm gonna call it, because we don't really know much about it. We were told it has HKS cams. It sure sounds like it. So I'm pretty confident it has those. We can see it has HKS cam gears, but the big mystery is if the bottom end is built or not. We don't know. There's a possibility that it is, but I don't think it is.
One owner says one thing, other owner says another.
We shall see. I mean, my fingers are crossed that it's built. I really hope it is, but if it's not, I mean, the motor's still healthy, so I can't really complain too much. And then we don't know what clutch it has. It definitely has a twin disc. We just don't know what kind. So hopefully it's something worth keeping, because that would save a lot of money. So today we have to take this all apart, get on the engine stand, and we're gonna attempt to finally start to clean some of this thing, and hopefully open up the engine and see what we're working with. Sound good?
Sounds good.
How filthy this thing is. All right, let's see what's behind door number 1. 850 series. Wait, what?
What the hell is that supposed to be?
Yeah, what is that supposed to be? Try to sound like you know something. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that thing did not want to come off.
I was right, 850 series, idiots.
Really? Did you say that?
He actually did.
What the
Clutch masters.
How did you know that, Donald?
I know things. They just pop into my head sometimes.
I'm like extremely suspect right now.
Play the clip. Is that it?
All right, Clutch Masters 850 series twin disc. Not a bad clutch. Not a bad clutch. Ain't no action though, you know?
Yeah.
Not a bad surprise.
No.
That's good to see. Oh, and since we were able to see it for the first time, it's actually a V161 transmission, which was probably called out in the last video. Not a V160.
What is the difference?
The difference is a V161, I believe, came in the late model NA cars, but it's supposed to be considered a newer rendition of the V160. So it's just the second rendition of the V160, which is, you know, the legendary transmission. The only difference really is the fact that the gears are like slightly different gear ratio. Some of them, like barely. Some people will say it's stronger, some people will say it's the same. It depends who you ask, right?
Yeah, of course.
So either way,
Ask me.
yeah, let's hear it, Donnie.
They're the same thing.
Oh, thanks, Donnie.
He was right about the clutch.
Yeah, he was about the clutch. I don't know. Like,
That's because he stuck his head through the hole.
that's right. This thing's gonna leak coolant to the day it goes back in. Look at him use power tools. I'm so proud of him.
He's growing up.
Growing up. He picked a really bad color shirt though.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen him, hop below Shop Jimmy for the new merch drop. Check it out.
Oh, so good.
Full colored. Long live the KA. We love it. Little tie-dye wash in there. Come here. Show it
Red-O.
off. Red-O. We have these if they're still in stock. We have some tank tops. A lot of people ask for tank tops. And we have probably the coolest color combo O logo we've had yet. So if you haven't seen it yet, and they're still for sale, go below. Shop Jimmy.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough. RJ, I tried.
Yeah, he's gonna be very pleased.
Don't drop it,
Watch your toes.
Watch your fingers, watch your toes.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, you put your hands back there and take it off. Damn it.
Nice.
Yay! And didn't
right.
drop it.
Let's get this thing on the engine stand.
Yeah.
You have a straight 6 on these things, it looks ridiculous. Because look at, you have all this metal just hanging off of these 4 bolts. But before you take it off the stand, just give it a quick, you know, weight check. It ain't going nowhere.
Might go somewhere.
Nope. All right, so the 2J's on the stand, and now it's time to get disassembled. But before we get disassemble it, we gotta wash it, because this is probably the crustiest, well, it's not crusty, it's the dirtiest 2J I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Yeah, at least for a GTE. GEs, yeah, you seem pretty dirty. What we're gonna do is we're gonna power wash it nice and easy. So we have to cover all the ports that we can't get water in, right? So all the exhaust ports, all the intake ports, make sure you got spark plugs in, right? Make sure those aren't open. We electrical taped all the open holes so far. All the coolant stuff you could leave open because it's okay if water gets into it. Let's get this thing cleaned up. Looks a lot dirtier outside too, doesn't it? Everything's taped cleaned up and covered that can't have water in it, so we should be good to go. So welcome to another episode of Jimmy Oaks' Power Washing Channel. Oh my god, I love it. Look at these things. Look how bright that is. Dude, the HKS can gears are so good. Alright, so this thing actually cleaned up a lot better than I expected. The head looks basically brand new, which is awesome. I guess all that grease and grime like really encapsulated the nice finish underneath, right?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Cam gears look fresh and clean. You can finally touch this. Like, that's so nice. Not totally my hands.
Yeah.
But I'm super happy. We have a fantastic foundation here. Everything here is great. We can take off all the small aluminum bits here, get those vapor hones, have everything look brand new. And now it is clean enough. We could take this thing apart and really figure out what's going on with this engine internally and figure out where we want to go with it next. But before we get into any of that, we got one more piece of the puzzle. We got to clean this really filthy transmission. Forever later, it cleaned up a lot better than I thought. Like, way better than I thought. Check this thing out. Wow, I'm really happy. That took a really long time, but this thing was filthy. It cleaned up so well.
Damn.
Yeah.
After it dried too, like, you know when it's wet, it looks better. Like,
Yeah.
everything,
Say it. Say it.
everything looks better wet. That's besides the point. Where's that stuff? The aluminum brightener from Napa puts in work.
All right, well, we have a fresh start. Let's get the engine in the bay and let's start taking that thing apart. So the first thing I want to do is take off the valve cover so we can see what we have for cams. We've been told it has HKS cams, right?
It's got the gears, so.
It's got the gears, and it sure sounds like it has.
Yeah.
Them. So let's debunk that first mystery right now. Right off the rip, we find out this one's cracked. That sucks. It happens all the time, especially on the corners, right?
Probably
If
had
you don't
some-
torque them nicely, they just whatever. You could weld them. Just damn it. As I like, don't take them off in the correct order either. Then you wonder why they crack. Yeah. All right, let's check these things out. Behind door number 2. First off, the cams look clean, which is very good news. Is there any markings on them? Come on, come on.
I want to see that H.
So we don't see any markings on the cams, at least in the casting, but what we do see is we see RJ on a scooter.
Scooter.
Let's see something, RJ. Surprise! I'm really surprised he landed that. But what we do see is yellow and green markings on the cam. These are definitely not stock cams. You could hear it and well, you could see it. But the real question is, what brand are they? Kelford, maybe? 272s? If I don't figure it out in the next 10 minutes, someone's definitely gonna let us know in the comments. HKS marks their duration right here. So if these were HKS, they had the duration marked right here. They don't sleep.
Mystery
So they're not
cams.
HKS cams.
What if they're eBay?
They're not eBay cams. Next step, we gotta get the oil out of this thing. Ah, it's not bad. Cool.
What a water.
Well, there's nothing on the drain plug, which is very
Surprising.
surprising. Every time you change oil on an SR, you're getting something.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of something.
Nothing too concerning. Like
You never get anything super concerning, but there's always something. That's good news. All right, TDC, so we're just gonna blast this thing off. Milwaukee slaps, dude. Dude, this thing's so tight. These things usually slide right off. Now we're gonna take an intermission of that crank pulley and
Intermission or intermittent?
what'd I say?
Minton. I don't fucking.
We're taking a break from the JZ and we're gonna get Brian's JZ. We're gonna get Brian's LS running with the new rockers and push rods. So
Brian finished this up last night.
a lot of you guys might have guessed the old push rods we think were a little too long, right?
Yep.
To give away of why that rocker arm broke, even though that rocker arm was pretty dinky to begin with. So now we're hoping that since we have the correct length push rods, because we measured like 17 times because we needed to make sure it was perfect, we're hoping it actually runs a little bit
Smoother.
smoother and rowdier. So, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They know what I mean, though. I'm not good with words today. I'm sweating too much. I'm dying. All right. Try and start her up, Bri.
That's good. That's real good.
This thing sounds so freaking cool, dude.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Good job, Brian.
She's back up and running. New push rods, new roller rockers. She's good to go. So I'd say probably tomorrow we're gonna throw it on the dyno and finally make some jam so Brian can enjoy his car.
This thing's like the best idle shop ever.
It does sound cool right now.
Yeah, yeah. The BFD, baby.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't love that?
He had to rent another one. This one I won't try and break. They actually have one specifically for these dampeners, but we couldn't find one, so let's just get after it. Ready?
Hold on.
See, just had to get after it. And we bottomed it out.
Okay.
Yeah. These ATI dampeners are a must on the JZ. So JZ crank pulleys are like a lot of crank pulleys where they're two layers, right? It's an inner shell and outer shell, and they're basically glued together. Over the years, they'll separate, and the outer shell of the crank pulley will just go flying off at $7 grand. Sick. Thank God. Supra damper.
Wow, that was tough.
All right, so now it's time to figure out the big question of the whole entire thing, and that is, does it have a built bottom end? Right, Brian? We've been asking that since day one. Question mark. Question mark. Okay, so we have the engine upside down. I'm gonna take off the lower pan and the upper pan to be able to see the actual full piston and rod assembly. So, let's get to it. There's enough RTV on here to seal.
The Titanic backup.
Let's see if we can get this thing off without bending it. That's what sucks about pressed steel pans.
They bend
They
like
bend
nothing.
so easily.
Sometimes you just gotta bend them and hammer them back flat.
You heard it here, boys. Oh yeah, love that. There we go. Remember, guys, you could really mess your pan up by whacking it with a flathead and a hammer, so be careful. Oh no, we can see the assembly. We can see the assembly.
Stock rods, Steve.
Oh, so stock. So stock. Yeah, it's a stock bottom end. Entirely. Let's get the baffle out of here.
Look how massive this pickup is.
Huge. Huge. No, I love that. Look at the size of the tube.
Yeah.
Man, that thing's
Put your
sucking
finger
up.
next to that thing.
I got a big finger.
He's got fat fingers.
Yeah, look how thick this pickup tube is. It's insane. This thing's sucking up oil as I spill a gallon on the ground.
It's alright.
It's alright. So look at OEM Pride tab. Love that. It's been tried.
And it's in a smart spot with like leverage. What the hell?
Toyota's so good.
There's a genius. That thing is gonna. Oh my god.
Oh man, there is
Dude,
so
that is-
This must be, dude, it's like panel bonds. Oh my god. I can't even talk shit because I'd probably use the same amount of RTV.
Wow. Like look at the.
I'm not any better than that guy. Oh yes, what a good feeling. Ready? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a stock piston.
Yeah, you can see it for sure. Impressive. This thing was making, what, 28 PSI on pump gas for the last 5 years. And it's been abused. Like, this thing was not babied. So it really shows you how much Toyota overbuilt these engines in the 90s.
I'd like to see the top of the pistons.
Oh yeah. Want to take the head off?
You might as well.
Yeah, we should build this thing, huh? I think this thing deserves better than stock pistons, stock rods.
Jay-Z, why own it unless you're making 1,000 horsepower?
So here's the
I
thing.
don't get
Okay,
it.
here's the thing. I would love to make 1,000 horse because it's so doable, right?
You mean you should make 1,000?
Listen here. And I was thinking about this greatly, right? Because making 1,000 horse on a Supra is, with this day's technology and availability of parts, it's so easy, right? You can get like any off-the-shelf piston rod combo, and you could put a big-ass turbo on it, and you can make 1,000 horse, right?
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a big ass turbo and a lot of fuel.
Boom. But here's the thing. It's a non-VVTi motor. They have dog crap for low end anyways. When you make 1,000 horse, even if you use nitrous to spool it up, that's a really doggy band.
If you can't beat them, join them. They're already dog ass down low. Might as well stay dog
But
ass
here's the
down
thing.
low.
I think, to me, I would rather put like, you know, a smaller G series turbo on it.
Yeah, but you got that over there and fucking over there, and you got those.
Yeah, just so.
You got those all over the place.
So 1,000. Do we aim for 1,000?
I say you aim for 900 plus.
Okay, whatever. Let's build this thing. Let's take it apart. Let's send it to JP. Let's get some piston rods. Let's do this thing right. It deserves more than stock rods. Right, Nate?
I guess.
I guess. Come on!
Come on!
Oh yeah, we're fully build it. I think I like the G Series turbo idea. Bang,
Oh,
dude,
man.
come on.
All right, fuck it. Let the game begin.
Super games.
I'm taking the head off since we're, might as well do it right now, right? These things are the easiest engines ever. I guess anything belt driven is usually a lot easier than anything, chain driven. But TDC, slip this thing off. Don't need that. Take this. Them off. Look at that. I love those things.
Put those on the shelf.
Even though they're not degreed at all, look at they're literally dead centers, so they're literally nothing but for looks. Still worth it.
Still. But why would they cover them up with that stupid red cover?
I don't know. Good question. Someone actually cut this thing up. I don't know why. You see how it's all cut up right there? If anyone has a non-VVTi, I think non-VVTi is probably different than VTI. Cam backing, let me know. These come off first. Factory procedure, we have it. Who put these on? They use bottom end torque spec?
Damn, that is tight.
Yeah, tell me about it. Take our Kelford cams. Yes, nice.
Figured that out?
I think so. Here, take that. So we should see some springs or retainers in this thing. Come on. Ooh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Ferrera, valve springs and retainers. I mean, you'd assume so since it had, the bigger cams with it. And you can tell that the head was clearance for the cams. You see it more on the intake side. Little groove made into the seat of the head. Mm-hmm. That was to help the clearance on the cams, which is pretty dope. So this head has definitely had some work to it, which is good. Bottom end, not so much. The head, it's gone through. So now it's time to take the head off and we're going to see what the top of the pistons look like. I feel like this thing's actually pretty healthy. So let's find out. So I actually took off the first 3 head studs just to test out the socket. So if the pattern looks screwed up, it's just because, well, we're jumping, all right? Ooh, these things are tight. All right.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, I'd hope so, right?
Is that all of them?
Yeah, that's all of them. Actually really excited to see what the bottom end looks like because, it runs great. Up top and underneath looks amazing. So I actually have pretty high hopes for this thing.
And it didn't run terrible.
It ran great.
Yeah.
Just like if you guys only knew the life this engine had, it's just impressive.
Yes, very.
Survey says behind door number 3, right, Ant? Oh, okay. It's kind of what we expected, right? Ooh, almost slipped and fell. Okay. I mean, dude, look how much sludge is on some of these. Look at this one. Look at this one. Oh, yeah. It makes me happy to see like some type of like wear and tear on it, right? Everything was going too well with it. So there's nothing wrong with the bottom ends.
How's the cylinder walls?
The cylinder walls look fantastic. Like, the bottom end looks amazing. The pistons just look like they have some miles and some pump gas miles for sure. This looks like some New Jersey 87, doesn't it? Oh my God. Could have ran some seafoam through this bitch.
Oh man.
The engine's in great shape, so like I'm ecstatic, but it's so funny to see these pistons so dirty because it's kind of what we expected, right?
Oh yeah. Actually, the cross hatching is still very strong.
Yep.
The crazy thing is, I would expect to see some type of detonation in here. You always see a little bit of detonation.
I said that earlier. So I can't wait to see the pistons, but
And I mean, this was 28 PSI in pump gas and no detonation. This thing was really doing it, dude. Not bad at all. I'm very impressed and very happy. All right, cool, perfect. Head is off, bottom end looks great. Head looks good. I would even look at the bottom of the head yet. Yeah, I mean, it's all there.
Pretty crusty valves, but
Oh my God, look at the scaling, look at the scaling.
Oh,
dude.
Oh man, what the hell is going through this? Do you
New Jersey 87.
This looks like some New Jersey 87 for sure. The fact that this engine like survived is just mind blowing.
Toyota.
Toyota's good.
This is why JZs are expensive. They're great.
Head's good to go. We'll send this to JP. Block, I'm gonna pull the rest of the accessories off, send that to JP. and pick out a set of pistons and rods and do our thing. I don't think it should take much to really get that thing capable of around 1,000. Doesn't really take much for these things.
No.
So, all right, we're gonna end it. That was good. Everything's great. You want to add anything else before we go?
No, man, I think I said what I need to say. You know,
We got a lot of-
2JZs are obviously given to us by the gods of engines, and we need to treat them with respect and build them up to be 1,000 horsepower monsters.
She deserves it. So, we got a lot of cleaning to do. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and B,
Have a great night.